Yes, so soon.
Even you wait there, you can they do this one. So see, and £1 to see somebody type and £1 to 1,800 naira. Or gas in last week not be £1 to 2,004. You should be at least if this government do something good.
I
know the Ogboju way they do. That's why I know because I know he goes still right.
But is it not real?
Naija Wash, you stop whining. Do you know what it takes when a whole company, a bigger company that produce for Europe, go saying they come out for Nigeria? Do you know how many decisions? How many decisions they go don't sit down, they talk before they go decide?
No, Black Panther. That time Nigeria spoil. Now they take
come back. They come back now.
For the past 2 days, when Nigeria don't better. Don't hear any company come out.
We better. They better Miami go scatter your village.
Don't hear any company come out for Nigeria for the past 48 hours.
Next week you go hear one next week. You go hear one next week.
No. Black Panther. I don't understand where Nigeria was they go. I don't want to follow argue again.
I know where they go. Now let him go. They pray.
Nigeria watch happy today. Well, I can see happy today.
The last was we stand.
Now let him go. They pray. Make it go invest for Nigeria.
Happy today. Well.
No, more. I'm not change my stand. Now, my stand is say, make I talk and hold on. For the past 48 hours. Our naira is appreciating. True or false?
Now you do well.
48 hours economy. Thank you. Welcome.
Okay, let me.
The panelists, you, Mr. Elvis, for your tenacity. I appreciate everyone. We pray that God should continue to, give us the strength to do what we are doing.
Thank you, sir.
To enable us achieve our purpose in the near future. You see, I will stay long. I just want to, first of all, talk about the issue of Japa that Remi Tinubu spoke about. It shows that certain people in Nigeria, most especially those that are in the corridor of power, they are very, very sensitive of what is happening in the country because they are looting Nigeria money. They have access to the cash. Taxpayers' money, they have access to it. They spend it the way they like. So they can buy ticket and fly down to where Nigerians have decided to go and look for, or when Nigeria ran to get cover and still go and throw them out and jab them there because they have access to our cash. These are insensitive people of what is happening in Nigeria. Nigeria as a country have graduates, doing Okada, riding bikes in Lagos, go to Lagos. Half of those that are using Okada and those small keke and pep and other little this are graduates. They speak good English, literates. That is how Nigeria our political leaders has turned our people to. They made them to become, shadow of themselves. They turn us to shadow of ourselves. Let me not use them because we are all in it together. Go to Nigeria, go to any part of our country there, you see graduates doing maniac job just to survive. Those that are even fortunate to get a job, how much are they be paid? A place where a teacher that have spent 4 years, the parents have spent hell to make sure that this person becomes a graduate, end up being employed as a teacher and be paid 50,000 maximum. Where by a good flat where you can raise good family is 300, 400,000 in the cheapest area. Where petrol is close to 1,000 naira per liter, 700, 800, 900 naira. Where diesel is more than 1,000 naira. How do you expect these people to survive? And they still struggle out to, get, looking for greener pastures in wherever they can survive. getting there, they see the same menial job that they do back home, and they are not being paid. Back home, where their parents have worked tirelessly for the country and retired, gratuity is not being paid. They are suffering every day, going to fight for their cash, and they are back to somewhere they can get that same menial job, and their salaries is guaranteed, their health is guaranteed, their primary resources that they need to exist is guaranteed, light is guaranteed, water is guaranteed, good road is guaranteed, waking up in the morning and seeing workable society is guaranteed. Then you say they've come, what they cannot do at home, they've come abroad or foreign land to come and do it. It's a shame that people like that come to, in fact, they come to insult us because we allow them to speak to us. We give them audience to speak to us. Like what is happening in so many countries today in Africa, where political leaders come abroad and they beat them up, deal with them and send them back, disgrace them. She won't have authority to come and sell this kind of thing. So let me leave that issue there. She's very sensitive of what is happening, and she's just coming to make mess of those that are standing or sitting down to listen to her. So talking about the issue of Nigeria nation. First, price control. When we talk about the dollar issue that we are talking about, the fall of dollars, that is going to rise, Naira is going to rise. I can't see that happen, because waiting for God, a nation that is waiting for God to solve their problems, praying or prayer is in the revelation equation. As a matter of fact, not in the success equation. It is sound and right decision making that is in the success equation. You can't build a nation when you don't have sound mind, when you can't make sound decision and decide properly and do the right thing. Prayer cannot make us to become successful. It's only sound decision. People with sound mind that can make good decision that will make us succeed. So, maybe they play. If they see say something happen for Europe, wait, affect those ones currency. People where they calculate, where not they sleep, where they use computer until they calculate what they want to do the next day. People where they predict 10, 15 years time. If they make little error, if you show, then you'll see Nigeria government bring back to come and begin the right statement for newspaper to carry little or short glory. It's a shame, as I said before. It's a big shame. Just the same thing they did then during COVID. The Western world and other parts of the world were trying to make sure that they contain COVID-19 by lockdown and everything. Before Nigeria went into lockdown. All the palliatives that was given to us, financial assistance, they started hoarding them, keeping them, left the people to die of starvation. A nation where just to change dollar recently, just to change currency recently, people were dying, people were crying, people were strict naked in the bank, fighting everywhere. Women mothers were climbing to make sure they access their cash. People were blocking banks just to alter the color of currency. They put blue for currency. It caused problem. Then you can't tell me how those people want to change the economy where dollar go for. Nation where people where they of affair where they rule us, they will take our money, steal it, take it back to those that gave the independence, that said, go free, we are freed, you go, you are not independent, go and build your nation. Our leaders, insensitive leaders, will still steal this money and gather it and go and buy tickets and fly and go and give it to them and put it in their bank, go to Switzerland, put the money there everywhere. You say those people, they are wise. In fact, when I reason it at times, I feel that West Africans, I shouldn't use the word Africans, Black Africans, I feel they are under a spell. They've been manipulated by probably religion, slavery, or colonization. I don't know where we got it wrong, but the deed has been done. Until we have a total recolonization of our mindsets, a total turnaround, we will never have success. We'll never smell it. Look at Singapore. Compare Singapore to us 50, 60 years ago, and compare Singapore today. Compare Dubai to us 50, 60 years ago, and compare it today. Compare so many Asian nations. That will tell you that we are going nowhere until the end of this world. And we are always at the edge of collecting the bad side of the world. Even at times, I just sit down and tell myself, oh, heaven is here, hell is here. I think, sorry, heaven is here, hell is here, and the hell is in that part of our nation where we come from. It's a pity that we are not doing anything to make sure that we are growing. And the only solution is revolution, revolution, revolution. Until that happens, nothing will change. No matter the prayers, because the kingdom of heaven suffered violence, and violence taketh it by force. There is no place in the Bible where the children of God stood and said, okay, let God come and fight the battle, until Jesus came. They fought hard to get what they want. The children of Israel fought daily to be able to conquer themselves out of the hand of Egypt. Nobody will do this fight for us except we Nigerians. We rise up and say, yes, we are tired of what we are seeing, and we need that change. And a place where nobody wants to die for anybody, nobody wants to, represent or be his brother's keeper, you can never have solution. Western world that people are going on daily basis to go and enjoy. People fought for the land, they struggled for it, and a lot of their ancestors died for it. And the worst of it all is that they've been able to conquer us and take away our ancestors from us through religion, telling us that our ancestors are evil. And the same white people that brought this religion to you, teach you through their history. We have abandoned our history, abandoned our ancestral belief, abandoned our heritage, and have decided to accept the heritage that we don't even know anything about in the name of religion. We have been able to merge religion, culture, and tradition together and fuse it as if they are the same. Until we have a clear-cut definition of these ideas, we'll never have our way through. And it's a pity that we are going to keep living like this. Most of us want to make sure it gets better, but it's just like one is tying it, the other one is losing it. That's how Nigeria is. Everybody in Nigeria, not the president, not only the president, not only those that are in M of Affairs, every single soul in Nigeria need to revisit his mind. And when we do that, that's where we'll start achieving the goals that we want to achieve. Thank you very much at this moment. I appreciate each and every one of you.
Wow. If to be honest, if not because we'll get many people for the panel, I won't have stopped you, Oga Prince. That you nailed it. The only part that I'm scared of from your submission is that you said you are not sure that Nigeria can ever be redeemed. That part is scary. And if you look at it the way it's going, it's the same people that have been ruling us since Nigeria was created. And these people, they know what they are doing. It's crazy. It's really crazy. The person that want to be the president in 2027 is already warming up. They're already warming up. They're already arguing within themselves. Say, no, nah, I make now my turn. Make I do this one. Make me your go first. They're already discussing that within themselves. Sometimes it just look like we are just wasting our time, even though I know it's good to talk. It's crazy. My people, it's really crazy. Nigeria is captured. Let's move on. Let me see if I got to, if your audio is better now. We still can't hear you. I think you need to leave and come back. I got to, I think something is wrong somewhere. You need to come back here. Let me go to Mr. Jonathan. Mr. Jonathan Kisley, thank you very much, sir, for your time with us. Good evening to you. Please, I'd like you to talk to us.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Elvis. Thanks to everyone there. Greetings to you. Greetings to all the panelists and all those that are in the comment section. Greetings to everyone. Welcome. I want to, briefly touch on Remi Tinubu's comment, and I believe Mr. Collins, the last panelist, he kind of, dealt with it appropriately. I will just add this to it. Again, that statement is a height, an absolute height of insensitivity, pure insensitivity. That's just what we call it. So insensitive. A country where Nigeria today, where graduates are paid poverty wages for those that even manage to get the job. They are paid poverty wages. A country where labor is not respected. Labor is not respected. A country where there's no dignity of labor. That's where she missed it. There is no dignity of labor. A country that has none of that. Where dignity of labor has completely been rubbished. That alone will make anybody to leave his country. No matter how patriotic you are, how nationalistic you are, when your labor is rubbished. The reason why in the Western world people stay in their country is because labors are well respected. You will enter the train in the Western world, you will see a guy who is a painter, a bricklayer, a construction worker. He will enter the train. You will see a guy coming who is a banker with his tie. They will sit side by side with each other inside the train because that guy who is a bricklayer, that guy who is a construction worker, most possibly is earning double or triple more than what that banker is earning. You will see them inside the bus, inside the train station, side by side. They will sit because that laborer, that construction worker, that painter, that carpenter who is just coming from construction site is well respected. That is what is called dignity of labor. You don't have that in Nigeria. That's what you should push for, Mrs. Tinubu. That's what you should be talking about. People are not respected. They treat Nigerians as animals. That's why people will leave that's why people leave the country in droves. A country where mediocrity is glorified. Yes. That's why your husband, let's say it the way it is, who is now Mr. Tinubu, that's why he has the audacity and the guts to make someone who is a youth corper a minister, a federal minister sitting. Someone who is at best, okay, fine, at best, should be an intern somewhere, even if she wants to use or they want to use their leg, or as they call it, or connection, should be an intern somewhere. But a federal minister, that's a country where mediocrity has been glorified, has been taken to the highest level. And people with excellence, educated Nigerians, graduates, they've been downgraded. and you are talking people are leaving Nigeria. It's the height of insensitivity. That's just what that is. You know, that is the height of it. And then with respect to this economy thing that we talked about, see, I know, Mr. Elvis, I know that you are being sarcastic. You know that it's not possible. Except maybe something tomorrow morning. Yes, every country, Nigeria is at least a sovereign country, as they say, is a sovereign nation. So because of that, Nigerian government can wake up tomorrow morning and say, through the central bank chairman, even the president himself, the so-called president in Nigeria, can wake up tomorrow morning and go on national TV and say, today, Naira is $1 to $1. Yes, as a sovereign country, you have the right to do that. Except Nigeria, you know, wakes up tomorrow morning and decides to do that. But I dare them, because when they do that, there will be no money coming in again. All the pipe, all the tap water, where the money is flowing, the little they are getting, World Bank, IMF, they will shut it. They will shut the pipe. Nothing will come in again. So they dare not do that. So they can't do that. So where is the money? Don't let us be fooled. Where is the money coming from? Where are they getting the money from? The money to pay. So if they can't say it, because it's a country of lie, it's a state. Nigeria the country itself is a lie. So the people that are in charge, superintending over the country, they pops out lies every day. Everything that comes from them, it is at your own peril if you take it. In fact, anybody will be so stupid, I'm sorry to say, if you take anything that comes from the Nigerian government that you are not able to check. You can take something from a non-entity rather than taking anything that comes from the government of Nigeria. You check the source. Like what happened here earlier today on this platform. The moderator wanted to check, to confirm the source of a news before he can be sure to put it out there. If anything comes out from the government of Nigeria, see, what the minimum you can do for yourself is to do that. Don't just take it. Don't just take it, because at the end of the day, I can guarantee you it will be rubbish. And they believe that Nigerians will just take it. In every other countries of the world that I know of, when government speaks, it is like God. People take it. What comes from their government, they take it. Because to a very large extent, though propaganda here and there, but to a very large extent, you can take what comes out from your government, but not Nigeria, at your own peril. Everything that comes out from them, I can bet on everything. It's all lies. They have no capacity. They have run the country down to a point where they cannot come out again and tell Nigerians the truth. But let's say the numbers, where those money are coming from, where they are getting the money they are using to offset. The people that they offset to pay the backlog, these are the insiders. These are their own people. They settle their own people that have backlog. That's just it. The change that is remaining, they use that to settle their own people. The real business people that are the life wire of the economy, all of them are still hanging right now. Airlines are even saying that they have not, their money is still, all their naira is still stuck there. They have not given them their dollars. So when they talk, it's at your own peril. They don't, the dollars that they are using right now is just to distribute it amongst their own people. That's the dollar. And then you will ask yourself, where will the next round of $7 billion come from? Because this $7 billion, if you want naira to, what we saw today in naira, if you want that again in another 2 weeks, another 2 weeks, Nigerian government must make available $7 billion every 2 weeks like that. And then where will they get it? Because they cannot tell us how much they are making on crude oil. crude oil, which is the primary earning, the earner of Nigerian economy, how much are they earning from crude oil? Can anybody tell you in January, this is how much Nigerian government made on crude oil? So it is, somebody said voodoo economy. Yes, it is voodoo economy. It is all lie. It is 419 at its very best. Let's say it the way it is. It is crooked economy at its very best. If you are responsible to your shareholders, take Nigeria as a company, and then you are telling your shareholders, okay, where is the money you are using? Where do you get the, at least you will tell them this is where the money comes from. The money you are using, where? Because if you are producing milk, if milk is your primary business, your shareholders knows that your business is milk. You manufacture milk. And then you have to tell them, we have been able to this last quarter, we have sold 10,000 liters or 100,000 liters of milk. And this is the earnings from that. And we have spent XYZ. So this is the profit. Can Nigeria come out and tell Nigerians in January, this is the amount that we made from crude oil? Nobody even knows how much crude oil they are selling now per day. They can't tell us that. Until the CBN governor with the finance minister, they will sit side by side. And then they will come and tell Nigerians that, okay, this last quarter, this last 3 months, 4 months, this is how much Nigeria made on crude oil. You know what they are hiding under right now? Remember, if you will recall, 2 years ago, Buhari made the Nigerian NNPC, made it a private company. And made the NNPC, a private company where Nigeria now has 51% and then 49%. Have you asked yourself the question, who are these individuals, these 49% now? Nigeria is being taken for a ride. Who are these 49%? So it simply means now that, see, let's just bring it out. The 49% now, it means that 49% of Nigerian crude oil is going to some people every day. If that is not the case, let them come out and tell us. They can't. There's so much that they are hiding from Nigerians. If we know today how much Nigeria is making from crude oil, and then we now see dollar dropping, Nigerian naira appreciating, then you can make some sense of it, because that's part of production. Even if Nigeria only concentrated on one product alone, which is crude oil, essentially one product alone, crude oil. So you can make sense. You can try to make sense of it a little bit and say, okay, fine, because we've made this $4 billion on crude oil. So Nigeria have this $4 billion. So they can put it there to support the naira. So it makes sense. But you don't know the numbers. That's crooked. That is crooked. I wish someone have the opportunity. And you don't have a government that is accountable, that they will come out and even sit down with the media, have a chat with the media, have a press conference with the media. Even if you are going to say up front, I'm taking only 2 questions. I will deliver my statement, but I'm only taking 2 questions. Even if at worst as that, can't you even do that? They can't. And then you just wake up, you see that naira drops. And that is the game they are playing. Nigerians are so, I believe, again, Mr. Elvis is just being sarcastic, because most Nigerians will see, that's the game. When you see the dollar, you see when naira now goes to 3,000, you will cry and people will shout. The day it comes to from 3,000, it comes back to 2,002. Hey, we all shout. Naira is getting back, you see, and then it will move back again to. That's how you'll be shouting on right in front of you. Naira will get to 4,000 naira. Mark it. Because how do you want to do it? How? Because at the end of the day, please make no mistake about it, Nigeria still have to go and borrow more money. They still have to go and borrow more money. Take that to the bank. If you can't take that to the bank and sleep with it, that is guarantee. So that to tell you why naira is coming down nowhere. If you don't know anything, if you cannot grasp anything, if you cannot understand anything, take this one only to the bank. Nigeria is still going back to the World Bank and IMF to borrow more. And when they do that, at what expense? At further devaluation of the naira. So Nigeria is still going back to borrow more money. They will do that. You mark today, this year, 2024, they will still go back because there is no money, there is no cash. Unless they tell us how much they have sold so far from crude oil. If that numbers are not there, how can I say with my head intact, my brain intact, that Nigeria has money? How? I can't say that because you are not giving me the numbers as a Nigerian. You are not providing it. Tell us.
Round up in 2 minutes, sir.
So that is just on that. So let's this dollar thing, please don't let us be overexcited about it. It's just it's just a game. And then I want to say finally on this road in Anambra State, that the roads that are being padded with cement, that's Nigeria for you. I want to believe that contractors for this construction have been mobilized. They've been mobilized with money. They've been mobilized with money. But the way things work in Nigeria, these contractors, they have settled. They have settled. They have paid various individuals. They have paid various, corporate bodies, both private and public. Those are the people that are responsible to supervise, to audit, to checkmate these projects. But they have paid them. That's why nothing is going to happen. But I can assure you, they have been mobilized. So there is no money for the contractor to do an excellent job because he has paid kickbacks. That's what I believe we're seeing. But it will get clearer and clearer, in the coming weeks and months. We'll see, whether it is just padding, whether they are just padding the road with cement, or they are actually constructing a solid road. Mr. Elvis, thank you very much. I'll leave it at that for now. Thanks.
Thank you, Mr. Jonathan. Thank you very much for your submission. I can see there's a lot of deep doubt over the Naira appreciation. So let's see how it's going to be in the next 48 or 72 hours. I still have strong belief and faith that the Naira will continue to appreciate. Thank you very much, my people. God bless you all. Let me call on Ogatun. Let's see if we can hear from you this time. Ogatun, are you there? Okay, you are still not available. I'll move on to the next person.
They don't lock and down.
Hi, can you hear me?
Okay, we can hear you now.
Don't come.
Thank you. Finally.
Sorry.
Thank you, sir. Good evening to you. Please talk to us.
Yeah, good evening. I had to change my device. That was why I was having problems. I'll figure it out later. Okay. I'm just gonna be very short. You see, this exchange rate thing and all that, people do not understand the finance. I mean, any of us must have seen a price chart, because price does not go straight. Even when it's falling, there will be a time it will pull back for it to fall. It's just like if you want to, I'll just use an example of an elastic. See, when you want to fire somebody, you pull the elastic back and then you let go. See, what we're seeing right now, talking economically, technical terms, is just a pullback. It's not a gain at all. It's just a pullback in economics. The price is going to exceed 2000, definitely. I'm predicting that we'll touch around the area of 4000 even. That's what we're just seeing. So all these lies that Tinubu and his rascals are pulling up is just laughable. They can only tell the market women in Idumota and the Ereko and the Abeokuta market women this sort of thing. But for people that are well, they know what they're doing. They know what's going. There's no economic activity that is going on. All the loans that they've collected so far, what have they done with it? Is it the yachts they paid for, or what? Or some other things that are yet to come out that they paid for. There's no economic activity. So how do you want, how do you expect the naira to just miraculously start going up? It's not possible. If it is possible, then Western world too will be using that kind of juju to be upping their currency. So it's just not happening. It's going to get worse. That's the sad thing about it. And who is going to suffer? The common man on the street. As per Remi Tinubu that is talking, I'm telling you, I don't want to insult her, but she just wants people to talk to her in a way she will not like. She should just day her own day and let us deal with what we're dealing with. She should just day in her own day, not making some stupid statement. If you want to make some stupid statements and all that, after all, your two sons that you have, what do they do for a living? And one of them owns a property of over 5 million pounds in the UK. What does he do for a living? He says he's a businessman. What business is he transacting? So all these people, they don't just have any clue. They've got a history of lying. The spokesman, I don't know how you pronounce his name and all that. That one is just a sad idiot. You know, the person when they get shame, you just come and be lying because of money, because of the little pittance that they give you to come and lie, you know, on behalf of the APC. So it's just not happening. For Abure, he should stop disgracing himself. The game, he should see that it's written all over the place. The game is over for him. He should do the correct thing and just leave that office. Leave, and if he still wants, nobody says they're kicking him out of the Labour Party. He can still be a member of the Labour Party. He should just do the right thing, respect himself, and just leave and let the party move on and concentrate on taking back the mandate and trying to steer Nigeria to the direction that it should be traveling to. Thank you.
All right, Oga Tun, thank you very much. That was brief and wonderful. God bless you, sir. Okay, let me call on To Niger. To Niger, good evening to you, sir. Thanks for joining us. You have your time. Please talk to us.
Thank you, Nigeria Watch, and thank you for having me. Greetings to everyone on the panel and to the ones in the chat, and especially to the ones that are viewing. Yeah, I think a lot of people have spoken well. I will try to just get into the road issue. I think CM does have a point. I think both sides have a point, but CM does have a point that we should wait until the project is completed. But clearly, the standard of the way it's being conducted now leaves room for question, because that doesn't seem like a normal way to develop a road. So I think that's a fair point for people to raise, and for CM to also ask for us to wait. Because Soludo is not necessarily known for doing rubbish work. So we'll look at that, we'll leave it at that. Regarding the currency issue, you know, this is something I've been saying for quite a while now, that, you know, we have all these people that come and tell us that, you know, that we need to do this, we need to do that, when it's a very, very simple problem. If you are having this type of currency issue, you discourage the use of that same currency. Do you see that happening in Nigeria? No. Nobody is saying that they should discourage the use of dollars, because we just feel like we are entitled to the dollars somehow. You know, if there's a comedy, there was this robotic girl on the internet that pretends to be a robot. Even it's like comedy. We laugh at it. Oh, she was like saying, oh, she doesn't recognize the naira. She wants dollars. Dollars, please, dollars. It's like, what kind of country are we running? It's like we infuse very destructive culture within the country, and this is what is killing the nation. And the leaders, instead of them to be stopping, discouraging people from using the dollars, they are even making it. Was it not dollars that Akpabio used to pay House of Assembly members? This is the kind of nonsense that we do, and we wonder why our economy and our country is in a mess. And I saw the video this in Nigeria Watch played about the man talking about how our corruption is damaging because we take money overseas. And that is true. Everything we do is to damage ourselves. To the point whereby people even call from the internet. I don't know, maybe they are joking, but they are praying for Nigeria to carry on, things getting worse in Nigeria. It's like, what kind of culture is this? This is not a joke. We are putting a yoke on our children's heads. It's not fair, and that is what we are enduring, the problem that the people that came before us left on us, and we want to live even worse for them. Like we left when we go into any country, but the country that we go into, some other person cleaned it up, but we want to go there and enjoy it, but we don't want to do the hard work. But the same people are willing to work hard for their own children. Oh. You see the weirdest thing. But the children and yourself, you forget where the place that gave you life, that gave your forefathers life. You forget it, and you think something's not wrong with your way of thinking of the world. The way we behave is very, very damaging to our own good, for our own good. And the way we carry this currency issue is very, very simple to fix. If you want to deal with this currency issue, limit imports that Nigerians can manufacture. If Nigerians can make toothpick, put heavy tariff on any toothpick that's coming to Nigeria. If Nigeria can make a bucket, put heavy tariff on any bucket that's coming to Nigeria, period. Do it like that across the board. You will see that the use of dollars will reduce. And then it will stimulate local economies to start manufacturing. It's like, but our people just refuse to do the right thing for themselves. And this is a problem.
But, Naija, what do you think the reason why these people are not doing these things? Is it that difficult?
It's not difficult. They are cowards, and some of them have colo mentality. This is a problem with our people too. The way they think, they don't even understand that these things are damaging their people in the bigger scheme of things. They don't even care.
They don't understand.
Some of them do, but majority of them
they
don't
understand.
Some of them do. Some of
They
them
know
are
what
the
they're
tippy
doing.
top do. You see, I have been with students in the UK where they are years ago. They are all bragging about how they're going to go to Nigeria to try to make money, because it's a cultural thing. Even when they see it in the UK, that how the UK is functioning, but they want to go to Nigeria and rip the country to pieces. So some of them don't even have a grasp. To be fair, my own mentality, I don't have insight into all these things until you start looking at the nation from afar a little bit and say, you know what, look at what is going on here. Look at our behavior. Nobody needs to teach me economics. It's a very, very simple thing. We all do economics in our home every day. We all take care of our own children and our own family. All you have to do is transfer that to your nation, and all these things will start making sense to you. I didn't have to read 1,000 economics books to know that you should stop using some other person's currency. It's common sense.
Mr. Tunaya, if I may.
Go ahead. If
I may. I just, the point you are raising is very straightforward, and I believe that they know. I just want to say they know, because to even before you impose those heavy tariffs on anything, they know. It is simply just the simple solution is as simple. Let's just call it as simple as people will say ABC. Just encourage local small businesses by giving them credit financing. Period. If you can't, even if the toothpick that you said now, before they will impose tariffs, heavy tariffs on toothpick, they have to be sure that there are local small businesses that can produce or manufacture toothpick, and you have to support them heavily, so that when those small businesses are producing toothpick, 2 in Lagos, another 2 in Enugu, another one somewhere in Taraba, somewhere in Akwa Ibom. You have all these small companies that are producing toothpick.
Thank you. I take your point there. See, I think you have to support the businesses, but I also think that just by limiting the import of the foreign ones, what do you think is going to happen? The demand will increase, and somebody will fulfill that need locally. Nigerians are hustlers. You can't even go to petrol station without seeing somebody hustling you for ways to make money from you. So Nigerians are hustlers. If they see a gap, they will take it. This is why they were willing to sell the whole Nigerian currency to fellow Nigerians when they were doing the currency exchange. So no. Let me make my point, because I have quite a few things to go through, and I don't want
I'm buttressing your position here.
Because I have quite a few things to go through. We've already agreed on this one that it's a good idea not to be using too much of foreign currency. It's a good idea to discourage foreign use of foreign currency the way we are using in Nigeria, and that is a part also. It lends itself to a part to encourage, stimulate this manufacturing in the country. If you do that, because the Chinese, that's what the Indians did. The Indians, they put massive tariffs on foreign vehicles, and because of that, that's why they have Tata and all the other companies springing up in their own country. They didn't do a lot of manufacturing as they should have, like the way the Chinese did, but at least they understood. Even if it was doing damage to the country, they didn't allow free willy everybody just importing anything they like into the country to damage their own local economy. And that is something we too should be advocating for, because if your leaders start doing those things, you see your currency will start appreciating. You see local manufacturing will start increasing. And obviously, the Nigerian government needs to support local manufacturers too. That we're all in agreement about. And in terms of corruption, the way we take the funds, when we steal money, we take it overseas. That is what I mean by the Nigerian country is bleeding. We are bleeding constantly. And to stop all these things, you have to have a very, very strong security network, from intelligence gathering, anti-fraud, and all those things. You have to have a very, very powerful one. And even just today, I just saw a video of a Nigerian talking about it, now that America, that the biggest employer in America is the security industry. That they monitor and they even have more technology than us, which is something I've been saying before. All these people have more technology than us. They still use a lot of human beings. But Nigeria don't even have the human beings. We have the human beings in Nigeria, but we are leaving them jobless. You see that? So if you employ those people, that's an economic activity. You are creating employment for people. You are stimulating people, and then you are stimulating downstream economy, which is, all the products they are going to need. Somebody has to manufacture it. It's a common sense thing. And the question that Nigeria Watch asked, whether I think it was you that asked whether they don't know. They do know. The ones at the top do know. But there are a lot of people that are beneath them that don't even understand this level of issues at all. But Tinubu, does he know? Tinubu knows. Does Shetima know? He knows. Dr. Kpabio know? They know. These are traitors to their own people. That's why I call them, they are like caretaker government. They are not there to govern for us. They are there to govern for foreigners. They are cowards that can't even do the right thing by their own people. This is what this Niger, Burkina Faso, and Mali, that's what they are revealing about this our leaders now. They are traitors to their own people. Look at the Ghanaian president calling the Secretary of State to be ratting the next door neighbor out to the Secretary of State. Look at that. Wagner is next door to us. What is your problem with Wagner? Did they invade your country? But this is our people. We betray our own selves constantly. And if you can see that in a Ghanaian leader, what do you think our own presidents are doing that are even worse than them? We are the ones doing this, and we need to start recognizing when they are betraying us. Recently, I just heard that Tinubu banned his ministers from traveling overseas for the next 3 months. That's the kind of stuff that should be on for 1 year even. Maybe if they are going, you have to monitor them closely. Other people don't take their security for a joke. When the World War II ended and the Russian soldiers that were captured by Allied forces and the Germans and all were brought back home, they put them in a camp just to check whether their mindsets have been altered. That's how people are paranoid about their security. But we are free willy, thinking that there is free lunch in this world. And look at the state of our country. We are all serving foreigners. We are not. It's as if our threat assessment is completely broken. But that said, I will leave it at that issue on that this thing. So yesterday we were talking something about. Sorry, I'm just recovering from a cold. Azakome, and you see, my issue with people with colonial mentality is that they are actually more dangerous than ordinary people. I would rather a school leaver that is a nationalist than a professor that has colonial mentality, because he will use that intelligence to do so much damage to his people, like we are seeing in Nigeria today. Nigeria has some of the most educated people. I saw that video of Showore now, when the guy that was standing behind him talked about him having multiple degrees. These are like our Nigerians, they are just stupid educated. Like there was one other guy that talked about his own wife, well, not even him, his own wife have 7 degrees. 7. And look at the state of our nation. We are so educated that we don't even know what we are educating ourselves for anymore. We think education is what makes a living. Education doesn't make any difference. You have to use that education to better your people. That is when it really matters. That's why I said I would rather somebody that understands that, you know what, we are Nigerians. I'll fight for my own people first before I start worrying about foreigners. And that's why I didn't like what the way Ozakome carried himself, because those are people that are defending wearing colonial headgear. they are not going to get us anywhere. They are the ones that are going to be saying our girls should be cutting their hair before they go to school. If they speak English, if they speak any other their native language at school, they should be punished. They are the kind of people that do that. They are the kind of people that when the colonizers were here, they were the middlemen between the colonizers and our people. They were those ones, when you watch TV programs, they wear short nika and they wear that the Oyibo man headgear like headmaster. They'll be going to talk to the Oyibo judge to kind of intercede on behalf of the people. They are the traitors to our people. They are the type of people that are governing us right now. We have to learn to be calling them out, because if you don't call them out, we are not going to get anywhere. Because you have to start encouraging them to be putting us first. We have to come first, just like our military doctrine has to change from this bloody civilian military to protecting the life of our people. This is so sickening to be seeing how our own people are looking down at our own people. It's unbelievable. We don't value our own lives. They just treat us. The moment something happens, they go and start labeling villages. They go and start attacking people, including police. Police gets in their way, they attack police too. Anybody gets in their way, police is not even allowed near that town now because of they are carrying out their own investigation. What kind of attitude is this? And we are the ones doing it to ourselves. This one is not foreigners doing it to. We are the ones doing it to ourselves. We need to be waking up to what we are doing to ourselves and start reining ourselves back and make specific demands of these leaders. Like I keep saying it, Tinubu is sitting in office now, getting away with murder because nobody is holding him accountable for what he said he was going to do. Nobody is truly holding him accountable. We talk about everything else. We didn't tell him, okay, you say you're going to recruit into our security forces. Where are they? You are just talking about everything else other than this one. You said you are going to increase manufacturing. Where is the manufacturing? We are not seeing it happen. Ask for these things that they ask you, pressure them on it, and you start seeing change happen. And praise the ones that are doing it, like Otina that is performing very well. If Soludo performs very well, we praise them. To be fair, it looks like it's only Oti that is performing well in the country right now. I don't see anybody that is performing real well in this country right now. But we hope we start seeing change based on we pressuring them to do the right thing, because some of these leaders, they will not move until they know that the Nigerians have caught them. Nigerians are wiser. Because if you are wiser, people won't treat you badly. But if you are not, they will take it for granted. That's how it is. You know, you do it to people all the time. If somebody takes you this thing, gives you everything you want all the time, you will start taking them for granted. You will not care about them, because you know you just say they will suffer. Let's if the dollar goes to 3,000 naira per dollar, they will be fine. They're okay. They're not going to ask anything. They kidnap 300 and something girls and women. It's okay. Because they know the people are not going to question them about their security policy. They know these people are not going to question them directly about their exchange rate policy, which is a common sense thing. They shouldn't be getting away with this. These people are awful people. They shouldn't be getting away with what they have done to this country in the last 1 year. Nigeria is supposed to have 2 refineries come on stream. Subsidies should have stopped. And look at what this man has done with all this. This should have set Nigerian currency should have been appreciating from where it was before, not depreciating. But look at what they managed to do. These are the so-called educated people. And all of them hanging around, talking, Wole Soyinka, all of them talking, and nothing is happening. And that's why I feel very dodgy about anybody that tells me they are educated. If you are educated, but you are not advocating what is good for the people, everybody should question them. Question them seriously, because those people are not there to help you, because their brainwashing is like that of a colonial mentality that fella has been warning us about for a very, very long time, and it hasn't changed at all.
Thank you, Tunaja. Thank you very much for your submission. All right. It looks like everybody talked.
Yes, sir. Can I just make a
go ahead.
One or two points there. You see, when you talk about holding Nigerian politicians accountable, you can only talk of a country where the rule of law operates, a country where there is true democracy. And when I say true democracy, I'm going to the root of democracy itself. That is where people are given the opportunity to truly elect their leaders, the people that will govern them. These two things are not there in Nigeria. So these people cannot be held accountable. And when you talk of people, that are educated, yes, those people that you can actually hold accountable, that they are educated and you have to hold them accountable, they are those that are already in public offices, politicians. Those that are not there, they have not hold any political office, they have not have any political appointment or any elected positions, and they are educated. You have to respect that, so that we will not look as if or appear as if we are diminishing education. No, we are not diminishing education.
If you are saying the right thing, you can, yeah, they are fine. But if they are saying the wrong things that is not good for the people, we should question them strongly.
Thank you.
Very strongly.
Thank you, Tunaja. Thank you very much. I have somebody on the phone. Thank you, Oga Chris. Thanks for calling in, sir. You have 3 minutes. Please talk to us.
Yeah, okay. Good evening, Mr. Nigerian. I'll just really try and make this short as possible. And good evening, everybody in the comment section and everybody listening to us from all over the world. My name is Chris and I'm calling from Dublin. Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, but your voice is wobbling. Please be close to your mic and speak louder.
Okay, is it better now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I just want to make a quick response to Nigeria's submission. I want to know, apart from the fact that Professor Michael Zekome was wearing wig, are there any other activities that he has been involved in that will make you say that it is people like that that are actually giving the colonial masters opportunity to continue to perpetrate what they are doing in the country? Apart from just the fact that he's well educated, he's wearing a wig, is there any other activity that Professor Michael Zekome has been involved in since the creation of this country that will make you to say those kind of allegations that you were making for people like that? I don't know.
Okay, Tunaja, respond to that quickly.
Yeah, because when the chips are down, when you ask him to choose sides, he's going to choose the side that the colonizer, this thing, brainwash him to believe in. Because when he asks him a question like that, he should be saying, yeah, we can look into it. And besides, we should make it our own. We can change. But he's defending it. There's a difference there. That's what I find problematic. Maybe it's not like that in everything, but on that issue, it signals to you that on every other issue, that kind of mentality is coloring his mindset. He's the kind of people that will support students not being able to speak their language in Nigeria. This is why Nigeria doesn't have a native language as is this in an official language at all.
Thank you.
That kind of thinking.
If I may just cut in, you see, Mr. Nigerian, these are lies from the pit of hell. If you look at Professor Michael Zekome, when the previous Oba of Benin passed on, do you know that man shaved his head down like a proper Benin man would do?
He did.
And yesterday, when this man was talking, did you notice that on his left wrist, there was a bead signifying the traditional Benin culture?
In his hand.
And this man is here telling us that this is the kind of person that wants to pander to the lifestyle of the British people. This is somebody that portrays tradition at its best at every point in time. If you have other things against him, which people like us know, because Professor Michael Zekome are the people that are actually speaking against the establishment.
Exactly.
The people that believe that they hold Nigeria. And that is why you are against that man. Nothing more than that. See, tonight, that some of us are able to see beyond your smoke screen. That was why I asked you to tell me anything you can say that this man has done since the creation of Nigeria that has contributed to the problem of the country. And the example you just give was roundly negated. This man is a professor and he's still wearing beads in his hands. When we lost our Oba, he shaved his hair completely to tell you that he's a traditional man, true and true. But now you are completely painting the man in another light, with innuendos, with conjectures, without concrete examples. Whereas the real reason why you are against that man is because he is one of those people that are standing against the structure, against this idea that some people are superior to some people in the country. If you have, you can go back home and come tomorrow. Go and bring any evidence to show that this man will pander to the activities of the white people, or this man is responsible for perpetuating anything foreign in our country. A constitutional lawyer, somebody that's fighting that we should throw away the constitution that the so-called white people they've been modifying.
Okay.
He said yesterday that the 1999 constitution was just an attachment. And now you want to use sweet words to confuse the people.
Thank you. Thank you,
Good evening,
Ogatres.
Mr. Nigerian.
Thank you. This is why I like this platform. When you give your submission before you land, people will tackle you. Although my admin have handled you, you must be careful on this platform. Listen, in case some of you have a dull brain, let me tell you what satanism means and why I use the word satanic or satanism all the time on this platform. Anybody that is standing against the betterment of our country, you are satanic. Directly or indirectly, pretentiously or otherwise, you are satanic. So if you come here and you are against, because you know what we are fighting for here is simple and it's straightforward. We just want a better country, a country that we'll be proud of. We all are scattered everywhere, all over the world, just because our country is not conducive for any of us. So anybody directly, through your comment, through your verbal communication, through your submission, through anyhow, to kick against what we are talking about here, you are satanic. So now you know. So if you are leaving your comment and your comment is not aligning to the betterment of Nigeria, you are satanic and you'll be handled. Anyway, I'll leave it there. Thank you. Let me call on Ogasi. Thank you very much, sir, for your patience. I'd like you to talk to us. Good evening to you. Unmute yourself.
Okay. Good evening, Niger Watch. Good evening, everybody. Please, all protocols duly observed. Niger Watch, before I go further, there is a news making the round. I thought I would have seen it here, or maybe I missed it. Said the federal government released the list of people that sponsor terrorism. I don't know
We
whether
talked
it's
about
true.
it yesterday.
Where was I then? Oh
Yes, I
no.
presented it yesterday. I even presented it again on this broadcast before we started.
Anyway, I got since at least you've
So you can
confirmed
talk
it.
about it if you want, because
No,
I
no,
presented it yesterday, but unfortunately
I don't.
nobody talked about it.
But
And I
Garcia, you know the
presented it
list
today.
before now.
So
You know the list before from Dubai now. You know the list now. Why are you surprised?
No, I never see him. You know, say I don't hear say
even Gumi came out now asking the government that you don't have right. Check the title now. You see the first thing. You have no right to declare anyone terrorist financier. Gumi, town federal government list. Yes, I talked about it yesterday. I recapitulated on it this evening before we started. Yes, thank you.
Okay, thank you. At least what one thing you've confirmed now to me. Sorry, I missed it yesterday. Is that because you put it here verified content only. So which means having had it on your on your platform, you verified it. At least it's not a fake news. But that being the case, let me take that apart. What was it I wanted to start with? On this economy, why I have to say this is that because we are talking of naira going up and then down, suddenly people are becoming excited. You see, in my adult life, the first time I've known about this stability of the naira or whatever exchange rate is under Sani Abacha. I know if you mention Abacha and want to give credit, some people may say, yes, the man is more in terms of his politics, cancelled put Abiola in detention until the man, he refused to release Abiola, and then Sarawiwa died under him. So he had a lot of baggages, and for that, history will always remember him in the negative. But because we are talking about exchange rate, that's why I want to bring it out. That time, Nigeria was under intense, what is it called, sanction from the world. One, Nadeco is engineering their own, which is quite. I agree with them because you don't have to cancel. You don't have. You do not have to. What is it called? Annul a free and fair election. Though Babangida was the person that did it, but you should have, when you come, you should have said that. Well, you chart your own course, and that's what people were expecting him to do because every evidence point to the is on the other side that Abiola won the election, and that is the only thing Nigeria needs to bring the tension down, and then for everybody, even our African brothers, to have confidence in us. He didn't do that. Then on top of that, the worst of it all, Sarawiwa is not a threat. It's just that he's saying, share, you are damaging our land, and we can see it. So why are you people doing this? It's either we negotiate a better deal or we sack you. And Shell wasn't doing anything. All what they did is just go and massage the federal government and then tell them they are disturbing us. They send troops because Nigeria is getting on crude oil. And then those that have oil well in Ogoniland feel that if they allow Sarawiwa, they will be, just like selfish interest. So because of those two things, nobody want to hear about Nigeria. So Abacha was boxed into a corner. But then a man called Professor Samaluko, that was when I started respecting the man. Abacha formed what they call NEIC, National Economic Intelligence Committee. Aluko was the head. Aluko said he never knew Abacha knew about him until one day his gate man, one morning around 6 a.m., come and knocked at his bedroom window. He said, "Oh, God, somebody is waiting for you. They are military. They are come from this." The man just in his pajamas, he left the wife in the bedroom, come out. They said, Abacha want to see him. He was shocked. He dressed up. Later he went. So Abacha said, I want you to look at the economy. So in other words, the context I'm trying to bring here is that the situation Nigeria is now economically can be mirrored to that time. It's only that now we are not under sanction from anybody, so to speak. But then Abacha, Nigeria was boxed under a corner. And I feel that the way to manage the economy is sometimes when, you are pushed to the wall, you come up with something like, let me say, a strategy. In this case, why this government, a lot of low-hanging fruits, so to speak, what they should do is you start from yourself to show that you want to manage the economy, oil, and all these things that were you want to show example. You cut the cost of governance. That's one, and then do not allow all these rascals. Sorry, I have to use the word. Those people, these are our legislators. They are, to me, that is the way they are spending money anyhow as if they are Father Christmas, sending prayers. So I think they should have reined in. That's what they call physical discipline of yourself. That is the money you have to spend, the money going out first. And then this idea of buying SUVs for them from a foreign country, I don't have to belittle it, belabor it again. That is wrong. So all these signals, the one you can do for yourself first. I know um, turning Nigeria from consumption to production cannot be achieved in 1 month or 2 months. But there are ones you could have done just by official statement. It will have effect. And then secondly, if for anything you stop oil theft, because if OPEC gives you like say 100 barrels to export every day, and you end up exporting maybe 45, 55 is being stolen. What you should do to show up your money, you have to stop that 55 from going out. You at least the quota you are giving, you make sure no oil theft. So that is a little bit of money trickling in into your this thing. Before you now say, okay, I want to do, you go to macroeconomics, whereby you're talking of inflation, how you are going to control it, and then interest rate, whether to raise it or bring it down, all those to achieve stability. So during Abacha's time, that taught me water. That's why I always say economics is a simple subject, but it requires common sense. So this type of thing, that is what the government should be doing. But to come and tell us that maybe dollar is 1,007 today, it dropped to 1,003. People will say, hey, look at it's crashing. All this one, poju poju, somebody call it voodoo economics, poju poju economics. It's like a magician until you have a steady, because there's no point, even if you want to leave it at, even if it is at say 1,005, can it be stable there for the next say 6 8 months? Because that is stability we are talking about. Although it stay high, then when you now start to export or doing whatever you are doing, it start coming down. Part of what affects the market is like, let me put it this way: people may buy dollar at the rate of 1,002 to import goods, and they are selling, because Nigeria we rarely export. All of a sudden, the thing balloons to 1,008. The man might be selling. When he's finishing now, or before you know it, the thing drops again. He cannot buy. So that doesn't give way for stability. Even some contractors will tell you that's what they call variation in contract. You give them contract, they estimate it as so and so level. By the time they are doing it, they say the cost of materials have changed. We have to do this. We vary it. That is if they are honest, not those ones that play on it just to make money. So the economic situation in Nigeria is Nigeria should look in west. Somebody mentioned like India. Do you know that I keep saying it? My principle, if tomorrow I find myself in government, I will write it boldly in my office. I can never sign any agreement that will put Americans out of job. George W. Bush, not the senior, but the one that took them to the one that pursued Osama bin Laden, the one that handed over to Obama. That thing taught me a lesson. At a time when the world are talking of big polluters, people are ozone layer, all this carbon emission. America is the greatest polluter. So they wanted to rope America in to say, let us reach an agreement so that we reduce it. Maybe George Bush talked to some industrialists in America and said, yeah, we could do it, but he said, what will it cost us? It will cost this. So that's why George Bush said they can never sign it. In other words, national interest is the most important thing. That is what that thing taught me. And that's why people can check me out. America left Kyoto. He did not sign Kyoto. It was Obama when he came in just to do politics and then normalize America, then brought America to it. George Bush pulled out. He didn't sign it. So I now said that. So why is it that these Western people, they always prescribe to us what to do? But we have to tell them that, see, I don't care. That's why India, the Tata car they drive in India, you can't compare it to Mercedes Benz or BMW in terms of something like comfortability, very flashy, very good. They don't care. India did not ban you from bringing Mercedes, but if you bring it in, the duty you are going to pay, oh boy, it better you didn't buy that car, because it might be 2 times. You may not even have the money, and they impound it. Say use Tata. So why can't Nigeria at now? Why can't Nigeria? Because this is part of it. That's why sometimes we play politics where we shouldn't play politics. We extend this tribalism or nepotism beyond, stretch it beyond this malleable limit. They are doing this thing in Lagos, or as assembling car or manufacturing car in vehicles in Lagos and in Newi. You could have used this and then encourage others. When people are coming to tell you, say, look, my people are hungry. All I want to do is what will be beneficial to them. If they're asking you for one conference, this, that, that's why you see somebody like P2P. All this conference, P2P might tell you, let the ambassador in that country attend and come and tell us what was happened. They won't pay. Because all the way you do it, we show people that yes, you want to rein in, you want to conserve that foreign. And then in that case now, you don't use dollar. In short, you even make it a law that in Nigeria, if you spend any money that is not naira, you are liable to social imprisonment without option or fine. You just have to go to imprisonment. P2B said he went to Morocco with the dollar he's having. What he said, no, go and change it at the back. We don't accept it. Instead of he said, no, go and change it. You are free to bring in dollar, but for you to pay for it, you don't. So that's one man tells me, why should Akpabio then be putting dollar in an envelope and giving people? Is that not an insult? I say you are the president, so the patriotism is not there. So a lot of economics has to do with common sense. It's not everything that it's just like very wisdom, just like we call it not smart, just native intelligence. That's what you use, and then you can handle this type of thing. So the situation Nigeria calls on now, I believe the man in Aso Rock holds the ass. If you say, because P2B said for him to fight corruption, he said, if I did not steal, people around me are not stealing. My wife, my children, my friends, and this thing. Then say you reduce corruption by 70%. So if P2B as a president is not spending dollar in Nigeria or not promoting it, who are you then to say you're a commissioner somewhere you're talking of dollar? That says a lot, and that is how we should do our economics. So that says a lot about patriotism. If you love your country, you can
round up in 1 minute, sir.
Okay, if you love your country, you can damn the consequence in what, like George Bush said. He said they can never ever sign any agreement that will put Americans out of job. In other words, he doesn't care about polluting the world. All he wants is Americans getting. So Leadership is also about selfishness. Be selfish, but towards your country. If you have a man that can do it that way, then I mean, you are done and dusted. So that is what is lacking in this government. Whatever economic policy they are promoting, or you don't need to announce us that dollar is this. Whatever it is, just show us that from example, and then put Nigerians to work. That's all you need. We can start recovering maybe after 2 3 years. Nigerian people will start seeing it. But this idea that yo tomorrow you bring one this thing, brandish one figure, then tomorrow no. Everybody can understand it. Anything that has no process to it, the process is more important than the outcome. So how did the thing crash? What happened that the thing suddenly from 1008 is got to 14 or whatever? Explain. If you can't explain it, then that is voodoo. Thank you, Niger Watch.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Augustine. God bless you, sir. Mr. Odua, please talk to us. Then we'll come to Oga Chris before Madam Luke. Mr. Odua, are you there? Okay, I'll move on to the next person. Mr. Chris, are you there? Okay, you're not there. Madam Luke, are you there? Mr.
Hello.
Chris, are you there?
Yes, we're here.
I'm here.
But if I'm calling somebody, you are not responding, I move on to the next person.
There's a delay now.
No, not you, Madam Luke. You are even the last person I'm calling.
Okay,
I got
go ahead.
second, to go to the third. Oga Chris, thank you, sir. Good evening to you. Please talk to us.
Good evening, Mr. Anjawaj. Once again, good evening, everybody, and listening to us both on the comment section, on the panel, and everywhere you may be in every corner of the world. Mr. Anjawaj, I want to take a special permission from you. Yeah, because I know people have been talking about politics and other issues, but I want to take a special permission that I'm only going to focus mainly on the issues that have to do with Barrister Michael Zekome, even though you've trashed out the issue.
No, that's fine.
Yeah, I think Ozekome deserves much more than that. Yeah. Let it be on record that no matter what people, no matter the narrative that any person wants to paint, like I've said, I'm waiting for one piece of evidence, only one, to show that Barrister Zekome has not been working for the betterment of the country, or any other evidence to show that he has been working for the interest of the colonial master. That's for that. Let it be on record that when Buhari was leaving, just 2 3 weeks before they left, the 800 million loan that they wanted to collect, it is on record that it was only Barrister Michael Zekome that openly spoke against that loan. The rest senior advocate of Nigeria, they all pretended as if they didn't see what was going on, or as if they didn't hear what was going on. And again, Barrister Michael Zekome, he has been in the forefront of championing a better Nigeria for everybody. He has been a radical lawyer. In short, he has lost so many things just because of the fact that he stands for the people. And let's not forget that this man was also kidnapped. He was kidnapped by kidnappers. And they took him for days. And thank God he survived it. And that was at the height of when he was actively speaking against the ills of the society. So that's who Barrister Zekome is. Any other narrative is a complete trash. In the sense that the weak that we keep accusing Barrister Zekome of, he is a private lawyer for that matter. He's not responsible for changing those things. I don't know if all of a sudden Barrister Zekome will just wake up one day to tell the whole Nigeria that they should stop wearing wig. We have Nigeria Bar Association, we have the Nigeria Law School, even the Chief Justice of the Federation, he is there. The Sharia lawyer that became the Chief Justice of of a secular state. He also dresses in the attire of the white people. Does it only have to be the wig? What about the robe? All these are all constructions of the Western world. Now, if we have to talk about the things that the Western people brought, the colonial things they brought, I think let's start from Nigeria as a country. They gave us the name Nigeria. So why are we fighting? How come the person that's against these Western people is also the person that is struggling to keep the nation the way it is, the way the so-called white people designed the nation? They brought in so many things, not just the wig. The wig is just a tip of the iceberg. It's a professional regalia. Flora Shaw woke up one morning, probably half drunk, and coined Nigeria and called it Nigeria. And that was how all of us were forced together. Why don't we look at those aspects? And if you know, your country started as a common business, just a business entity. That was how our country started. So that's why it is still a business entity to the British people. Why don't we talk about those things instead of focusing on a piece of apparel? Just an apparel that any person can dump and throw away. So I don't really know the point some people are driving at. But one thing is very clear. The purpose of this platform is to expose and give light to those things that are hidden, to subtle innuendos. You know, there will always be people to counter these things. And that even brings me to the word satanic. I don't know why people get, they go berserk when they hear about the word satanic. It could be an adjective to describe a person, or it can also function as a verb. When it's Satan, we all know Satan is a wicked son. Satan is a deceiver, is a liar. He's doing anything that is wicked. So anytime you do anything like that, so you can be described. If your action portrays something like that, then satanic can be used as a verb in that instance. If you as a person portrays any of those attributes of the devil, any wicked attributes, you can also be described like that. In that case, to be functioning as an adjective. It's as simple as that. Then, and we must all remember that the reason, the day Professor Michael Zekome was roundly disrespected, the scene was the scene was clear. It was soon after Dr. CM eulogized the man, praised him, called him a professor. You can see the two combination. After Dr. CM did that, combined with the fact that this man is the man that was Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer, is the man against the establishment that a section of the country are against. So you can understand why the attack, why the diatribes against the person of Michael Zekome. That is just how this thing is. And again, Black Panther, Tunaja didn't actually say that he only knew about Nigeria. He said he started following politics, Nigerian politics, like 2 years ago, and he only knew Professor Michael Zekome 2 years ago. So, Mr. Tunaja, the person you know for just 2 years ago, you think you can hold him responsible for the rot, a 65 years old rot in a country, somebody you barely know anything about, according to your own testament? I think we really need to give that man the respect he deserves. And if we all may recall, one of the reasons the man even came to this platform, it has to do with some very domestic affairs. And the man was humble enough to come and give his own part, his own side of that story. And we think that's an opportunity to disrespect him when the people that are ruining this nation, Tinubu, for example, He ran a campaign and he never gave audience to the people he wanted to govern. And still we went ahead to elect him president. And again, Mr. Nigerian, I will urge you to go and look at 2 Nigeria's submission before Tinubu's administration. It is even now that he's even becoming more critical of the government. During the Buhari's regime, he was always giving general submission. He wasn't as critical as this. We follow all these things tonight. Every day we follow these things. I've seen that you've raised your level of criticism because it's Tinubu. When Buhari was there, the Oga Patapata of the people that own Nigeria, your criticism were never as direct as this. Even now, the one I'm even calling direct now is not even direct. And a lot of people are testaments to this. And again, I would just like to round up and before I round up, I just want to use this medium to salute Professor Ozekome. Sir, even Jesus, like Professor Ozekome, he always liked quoting the Bible. Even Jesus himself, when he picked 12 people, there was still one that was off route. So even when we are all gathered on this panel, we are more than 12 that come here every day. Of course, you expect that there will always be some people that will be completely off what the discussion is about. Some people will always have their own kind of agenda because of the nature of the owner of this platform that wants to be as fair as much as he can. So in rounding up, sir, please, Barrister Michael Ozekome, if you are listening, please know that the voice of one person, of 2 Naija, doesn't represent the voice of the vast majority of us on this panel. Thank you for what you do. Keep fighting for Nigeria, sir. And God bless you. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you so much, Mr. Nigerian, for the opportunity to contribute.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chris. God bless you. Yes.